Welcome to the biggest space platform that I have ever built in this game. This is my Promethium hauler. It goes towards the shattered planet. I guess it can never reach it because it doesn't exist, because it's shattered. Anyway, it has like 172 thrusters. Some of them look rather blue in their flames, some of them look orange. I think that is because some thrusters have more oxidizer and the others have more fuel. I'm trying to control things with a little timer circuit, and the up arrow is basically how far the timer can go, and then the right arrow tells the circuit how long the pumps can open. So I guess if the timer is below 2, it will activate the pumps. So only 0 and 1, or only 1, I'm not sure, will lead to the thrusters firing, or will lead to the pumps pumping, and then with this very abrupt and constant flow of a little bit of thruster fuel, the thrusters will be fed. I have multiple of these fuel generation plants because they wouldn't really fit with the pipe extents otherwise. I would have to, or I have disconnected the thrusters in certain locations because otherwise the pipe extents would be broken. And yeah, what you see here is my Promethium storage belts. I think it's 21 by 59. So that is quite a lot of storage. This is currently a flight where I'm trying to measure how much I could feed in there. You can see there my current circuit condition is to be higher than 2.2 million. I'm currently at 1.4 million Promethium asteroid chunks. And currently my asteroid collectors can't really keep up with all the Promethium chunks coming in. I'm also only using railguns and lasers. Lasers are for whatever the railguns can't destroy. Little or medium asteroids mostly. And I'm also measuring how many railgun shells I have in on my belt here. That's the measuring point, and it measures the whole belt. And whenever this number is lower than 39,000, then every fourth railgun will only shoot at actual huge asteroids. And if the number is below 30,000, then the first of these 4 in each of these sections will only shoot at huge asteroids. But I guess they might also always hit things on the way if there are other smaller asteroids in the way. And this is my railgun production, or railgun ammo production, fed with a few foundries. I found this a bit more easier than using more beacons, just using more foundries instead. They are fed, of course, with molten iron and molten copper to make the steel and copper cable. Then there I have a little nuclear reactor with a few steam turbines. And there is a tiny fusion reactor with these fusion generators just going down. And there's my original railgun ammo production. I had to add the other one on top. I think this might just be copied from elsewhere, I'm not sure. Maybe this is the original design of this kind of railgun ammo production. And then at the bottom here I have the asteroid sorting and crushing. This is for sulfur and carbon, copper and iron. This is one of the fuel designs. This is also where I control which kind of speed I have, I might increase the speed or decrease the speed. For instance, I could take this to 19 and then my ship would slow down over time, as you can see here. Now the speed is reducing, which is fine because then I might hit less of those asteroids and also be able to collect more of them. There's still too many Promethium chunks coming in for my collectors. And these are the circuits that basically control how fast I fly. This is checking whether I am flying towards the shattered planet or from it. So if I'm being between the solar system edge and the shattered planet, then that gets used. This is between Aquilo and the solar system edge, which is currently not the case. But then it would choose speed 4. In this case it's speed 2, and if I'm between, or if I'm not between, or not flying to or from the solar system edge or the shattered planet, then I will have a rather higher speed. So that's between the inner planets and Aquilo. I'm currently not really using that much fuel, but that's also only because I try to be slow. And I also extended the cargo base to a bit around the storage area. I will try to explain the storage area in a moment, just to be able to access the hub. Otherwise, I would also only or always have to fly to the right to click somewhere and control where it goes and control requests and such, or look at my inventory. So I don't know if there's a hotkey or something to access the hub otherwise. So instead I have to build cargo base, but they also of course hold some stuff that I need. I'm shipping these superconductors to Aquilo. I'm of course collecting quantum processors. I'm storing some Promethium science packs. And I have a lot of platforms still available, but I don't know if I want to use this. Anyway, this is the Promethium storage. It's like horizontal belt weaving and vertical belt weaving mixed in with this little squiggly bit to use the area a bit more. I guess this could also be designed a bit better. I don't know if corners might store less stuff than straights. I think that might be debatable. But if you have a big memory, I am trying to make an analogy now to computers. Just having a big memory to store things in is not enough. So this is the full, or rather full part of the storage. Having just a big memory is not enough. You also need good retrieval and or write and read speed. And I'm trying to immediately grab the Promethium asteroids from here and then try to filter them through to the storage area. I haven't yet made this the same in every place. I have tried out multiple different ways. So there's an army of long-handed inserters, and I guess there I tried this one. This is coming in from the right and from the left without disturbing the whole belt reading thing. I guess just the retrieval can't be done that way. There's another little loop, but there's not much of these chunks coming in. And then the retrieval basically just works with inserters. I'm trying to get Promethium chunks off from the storage and then passing them to my one cryogenic plant where I'm producing the Promethium science. I'm not sure whether at any point I want more than one. I also need to increase my egg production probably to make use of all of those asteroid chunks. So this is of course a bit messy. I want to eventually make this a bit more nice and not so chaotic. So normally you see these little loops like this, but sometimes I have extended them to fit in storage belts. I mean belts that lead Promethium chunks to be inside the storage, and then there are retrieval inserter belt things to get things out again. This is rather just copied, I guess. But I'm still trying to come up with a similar solution to what I have up here somewhere. I want to see there. So this is where I'm storing Promethium chunks quite effectively, I think. At least if there were some space available. If it's full, of course, I can't store anything more. But in a similar way, I might, for instance, just add storage or, I mean, inserters like that. And they might then do something like that. And this would be one way to retrieve things again. Sorry for the autosave, it takes quite a bit. I have quite large maps at this point. But yeah, this could then be fed into here, which is part of the retrieval. Not sure if there's much else to show or say. I might show you the corners because of course this going up and down and left and right needs some connections. So if you want to basically blueprint this from memory or from looking at this, then you can do it like that. I might also try to paste a basic blueprint somewhere. Not the whole thing, of course. But this is modular. I can just build these rows and or these columns and these rows and copy them. That's also what I did. I can show you my other ships in a moment. This is the lower right corner. And on the top right corner, I'm basically inserting stuff and putting things out. This is the retrieval system. This is the storage entry. You can look at Umbreon. This is a bit smaller, but it uses some similar designs. I think the fusion generator reactor setup is almost the same, just mirrored. So Umbreon is currently full of Promethium chunks, and they will be turned into Promethium science whenever eggs arrive. But yeah, this is a smaller version, and then I have even smaller ships. I think this is just 10 by 10 of these little blocks, compared to 21 by 59 that I have on my biggest ship that I just showed you. And these ships still use rockets and gun turrets. But I think it's a bit of a waste if I may just be able not to produce them. I can just leave them out. And also, maybe the rockets sometimes hit the railguns if they are in range and if some asteroid comes too close to this. So you see there's a bit of damage. I hope I'm never losing any railguns to these kinds of mistakes. But yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.